In the world of aerospace, legends aren't built overnight, but they can crumble faster than you'd think. Boeing, once the undisputed titan of the skies, now finds itself in what might be its darkest chapter yet. Picture this: half their space launch system team facing layoffs, Starliner spacecraft sitting silent in hangars, and billions of dollars evaporating into thin air. As we enter 2025, the contrast couldn't be more striking. While SpaceX pushes the boundaries of what's possible, Blue Origin finally touches the stars with their orbital success, and NASA prepares for a bold new chapter under fresh leadership. Boeing stands at a crossroads. Their latest announcement sent shockwaves through the industry. 400 skilled engineers and technicians, half of their entire SLS workforce, could be heading home by April. But this isn't just another corporate restructuring story. Behind these numbers lie real people, decades of aerospace expertise, and the future of American spaceflight itself. The SLS program, once hailed as NASA's ticket back to the moon, now faces possible cancellation. Meanwhile, Starliner, Boeing's answer to crew transportation, continues to rack up delays and setbacks, with losses now exceeding $2 billion. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on this unfolding drama. We'll examine what went wrong, what it means for the future of space exploration, and most importantly, what happens next in this rapidly evolving landscape. This is Elon Musk 24 Hours, bringing you the latest developments from the front lines of the new space race. Let's dive right in. As we enter 2025, the landscape of space exploration tells a tale of two very different trajectories. While most aerospace organizations are reaching for the stars with unprecedented success, one industry titan finds itself in an increasingly precarious position. Boeing, once the undisputed leader in aerospace innovation, now faces what might be the most challenging period in its storied history. The company that helped humanity touch the stars is now struggling to keep its own light from dimming. The morning of February 7th started like any other at Boeing's Space Launch System facility in New Orleans. Engineers were reviewing their morning reports, technicians were preparing for another day of meticulous work on the massive rocket cores, and project managers were planning their daily briefings. Then came the announcement that would change everything. Nearly half of their workforce, 400 dedicated professionals, would be losing their jobs by April. The silence that fell over the facility was deafening. Maria Rodriguez, a structural engineer with 12 years at Boeing, describes the moment. "We all knew changes were coming, but this felt like watching your life's work crumble before your eyes. These aren't just jobs we're losing, they're dreams we've spent years building." Her voice breaks as she recalls the younger engineers on her team, many of whom moved across the country to be part of what they believed would be America's triumphant return to the moon. The reason behind these layoffs cuts deep into the heart of American space ambition. NASA's new administration is seriously considering terminating the Space Launch System program after Artemis II. A recent internal report, obtained through industry sources, reveals a shocking 75% probability of cancellation. The same rocket that was meant to carry humanity back to the moon might never see its full potential realized. David Chen, a senior propulsion specialist who's been with the program since its inception, shared a particularly poignant perspective. "Every time I walk past the core stage, I think about my daughter. She's 10 now, and I always told her that someday she'd watch a rocket I helped build carry astronauts to the moon. How do I tell her that dream might not come true?" His story echoes through the halls of Boeing's facilities, where generations of aerospace expertise are now facing an uncertain future. The crisis deepens when we look at Boeing's Starliner program, which was supposed to be their redemption story in commercial spaceflight. Instead, 2024 became a year of unprecedented financial bleeding. $523 million in losses, pushing the program's total deficit beyond $2 billion. Behind these staggering numbers lies a tale of technical challenges, missed deadlines, and shattered confidence. The Starliner's recent mission failure stands as a stark testimony to these struggles. Two NASA astronauts who had placed their trust in Boeing's spacecraft found themselves stranded on the International Space Station for months longer than planned. The image of Starliner returning to Earth empty, a silent admission of failure, sent shockwaves through the aerospace community. Sarah Williams, a former Boeing flight systems engineer who recently left the company, provides insight into the program's challenges. We were constantly trying to bridge the gap between Boeing's traditional approaches and the demands of modern spaceflight. It felt like trying to retrofit a classic car with autonomous driving capabilities. The foundation was solid, but the execution became increasingly complex. The technical issues plaguing Starliner have proved more intricate than anyone anticipated. During post-flight analysis, engineers identified multiple anomalies that defied quick solutions. Each problem solved seemed to reveal two more beneath it. The uncertainty has created a cascade effect, pushing certification timelines further into the future and raising serious questions about Boeing's ability to compete in an increasingly dynamic commercial space sector. Adding another layer of complexity to Boeing's challenges is the unexpected leadership transition in their commercial crew program. Mark Nappy, the vice president and program manager who had been steering the ship through troubled waters, announced his retirement. His replacement, John Mulholland, brings a familiar face back to the program, perhaps too familiar. Mulholland led the program during its early development years, a period marked by delays and technical setbacks. This decision has sparked intense debate within the industry about whether returning to past leadership can provide the innovation needed for future success. The financial ramifications of these setbacks have been catastrophic. Boeing's own financial reports now include stark warnings about potential future losses, an unusual admission from a company once known for its precision and reliability. This financial hemorrhaging comes at a particularly cruel time, as competitors like SpaceX demonstrate that space travel can be both reliable and cost-effective. United Launch Alliance, Boeing's joint venture with Lockheed Martin, finds itself caught in the crossfire of these challenges. At Cape Canaveral, a scene unfolded that perfectly encapsulates the current state of affairs. The much-anticipated Vulcan rocket, ULA's next-generation launch vehicle, had to be destacked to make room for an Atlas V launch carrying Amazon's Kuiper satellites. This juggling act demonstrates the complex balancing act ULA must perform, trying to maintain existing commitments while pushing forward with new technology. The implications for America's space program extend far beyond Boeing's bottom line. Without SLS, NASA would need to fundamentally reimagine its Artemis program. The Orion spacecraft, specifically designed for SLS, would require extensive modifications to work with alternative launch vehicles. The Lunar Gateway Station, a crucial piece of NASA's moon exploration strategy, would need to be reconsidered. These changes would ripple through the entire aerospace industry, affecting thousands of jobs and billions in contracts. James Thompson, a veteran NASA flight director who's worked with both traditional and new space companies, offers a broader perspective. What we're seeing isn't just a company in crisis. It's the transformation of an entire industry. The methods that took us to the moon in the 1960s aren't necessarily the ones that will take us to Mars in the 2030 OS. Yet amidst these challenges, new opportunities are emerging. SpaceX's Starship, already selected for Artemis landings, demonstrates the potential of innovative approaches to spacecraft design and operation. Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket is preparing to enter service, offering another heavy-lift alternative. The commercial space sector is proving that innovation and efficiency can coexist with reliability and safety. For Boeing's employees, the path forward remains shrouded in uncertainty. Many are already exploring opportunities with more dynamic companies in the industry. Michael Foster, a systems engineer with 15 years at Boeing, recently made the difficult decision to join a newer space company. Leaving Boeing felt like leaving family, but sometimes family needs to grow apart to grow stronger. The industry is evolving, and we need to evolve with it. The human cost of this transition cannot be overstated. Behind every layoff notice, behind every program delay, there are families facing difficult decisions. Lisa Chen, whose husband works on the SLS program, shares their story. "We've put down roots here, our kids are in school, we're part of the community. Now we're faced with the possibility of uprooting everything we've built. It's not just a job change, it's a life change." Looking ahead, Boeing faces crucial decisions that will determine not just their own future, but potentially the future of American space exploration. They must address the technical issues plaguing Starliner, which may require additional test flights before certification. They need to manage the potential wind-down of the SLS program while retaining key talent and capabilities. Most importantly, they need to demonstrate that they can still innovate and compete in an industry that's moving faster than ever. The implications extend beyond Boeing to the entire aerospace industry. Other traditional aerospace companies are watching closely, knowing they too must adapt or risk obsolescence. The industry is shifting from cost-plus contracts to fixed-price agreements, from lengthy development cycles to rapid iteration, from conservative approaches to bold innovation. This transformation is reshaping not just how we reach space, but who leads us there. Robert Martinez, a former NASA administrator, provides a sobering assessment. What we're witnessing isn't just a company struggling. It's the end of an era in American aerospace. The question isn't whether Boeing will survive, but whether it can transform itself into what the industry needs it to become. As we stand at this crossroads in aerospace history, the stakes couldn't be higher. Boeing's struggles represent more than just corporate challenges. They symbolize the broader transformation of how humanity reaches for the stars. The company that once showed America how to fly must now prove it can soar again in a new era of space exploration. Tom Richardson, a retiring Boeing engineer with 30 years of service, perhaps puts it best. When I started at Boeing, we were writing the book on how to build rockets. Now it feels like we're reading from an outdated edition while others are publishing new chapters. But this isn't the end of our story. It's the beginning of a new one. The question is, what role will we play in writing it? The decisions made in the coming months will influence not just Boeing's future, but the entire trajectory of human space exploration. As we watch this drama unfold, one thing becomes crystal clear. The company that once showed us how to reach for the stars must now prove it can still grasp them, or risk becoming a footnote in the very history it helped write. The story of Boeing's struggles isn't just about one company's challenges. It's about the future of space exploration itself. As we've seen, the potential cancellation of SLS, Starliner's ongoing issues, and ULA's Vulcan delays paint a picture of an industry giant at a crossroads. But perhaps these challenges are catalysts for something greater, a transformation that could reshape how humanity reaches for the stars. What do you think about Boeing's future in space? Should NASA continue with the SLS program, or is it time to fully embrace commercial alternatives? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective matters in this ongoing conversation about the future of space exploration. If you want to stay updated on the latest developments in space technology and industry shifts that are shaping our journey to the stars, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community here at Elon Musk 24 Hours. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative, and hit that notification bell to never miss an update on the evolving space industry landscape. This is Elon Musk 24 Hours, bringing you tomorrow's space news today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.